When it premiered in Georgia, we could only release it for 3 days because there were such heavy riots. Thousands of people were standing at the entrances of all the theaters trying to stop people from seeing the film. I'm Levan Akin. I directed And Then We Danced, and it's screening at the Spotlight section at Sundance. I live in Sweden. I'm from Georgian origin. My parents are Georgian. Georgia is a country that's in the Caucasus. Georgia is pretty homophobic in a sense. It's the most progressive country in the region. The laws were implemented to protect all minorities, including sexual minorities. However, it's not really implemented, and a lot of people in Georgia are homophobic by default because they haven't really encountered LGBTQ people. I wanted to make a movie that was hopeful and that was, positive, and that also celebrated Georgian culture and tradition. Back in 2013, 50 people in Georgia tried to have Georgia's first Pride Parade, and they were attacked by like 20,000 people who organized a counter parade. It was like on all news clips all around the world, and I saw that and it made me feel really bad because it was pretty violent. 12 people were injured. And I decided to go to Georgia to do research on this topic. It wasn't like I knew that it was going to become And Then We Danced. I was just, sort of in the moment, talking to people, finding stories. And then it developed into this film, and part of the reason was that a lot of the people that I interviewed didn't want to be themselves in the film, of fear of being ostracized by their families and society. The challenge to me wasn't the format, more trying to find a way to work with this topic in Georgia. With this movie, it was difficult because I edited it basically myself in my kitchen. But it was nice with this film because I felt very free. I like that feeling. I don't like people telling me what to do or trying to control me. And with this film, I had to, adapt all the time. I had to use what was happening around me. I had to be in the moment, which was fun. When it premiered in Georgia in November, we could only release it for 3 days because there were such heavy riots. People were injured. Thousands of people were standing at the entrances of all the theaters trying to stop people from seeing the film. The government in Georgia, they never even touched the film. It was like it didn't exist. And the premiere and everything that happened in Georgia sort of forced them to acknowledge the film and take a stand. But when they try to have pride parades and stuff in Georgia, they're like, oh no, you can't have it because we can't protect you and blah blah, and they just hide. With this movie, because of the success it's had, they couldn't hide. It's really a hopeful, loving film. Literally my love letter to Georgia. And I think the film is sort of like a big you to, anybody who's ever told you gotta be something that you don't want to be.